Yeah.
Do it right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still want to do it?
Yes.
Searching through the stars.
And most of you don't know what Mary does in her everyday profession. You may not know, but it's fundamentally figuring out why people do what they do, how they do it. Well, Mary, it's easy to break the code on why we're doing what we're doing today. It's because we love you and Michael.
And the best piece of advice I ever got was marry somebody that makes you better than you are. I've never seen him happier, and I've never seen him better as a person. And as a great friend and a brother, that's all you want for somebody else, is their life to be elevated to this next level. And Mary did that.
Actually, it's pretty incredible. I think Michael kind of mentioned this, how fast he fell for Mary. You know, he usually needs his big old whiteboard with the pros and cons, and you know, he lists them all, and it takes about 3 to 5 years to make an important life decision or buy an iPad or something, you know. But with Mary, he decided really fast. You know, it was that first date. He definitely talked her into marrying him.
What I wish on your wedding day is that your lifetime together as a team is one of adventure, laughter, and contentment.
When I first met you, I remember I was scared I would do something to mess it up. But I quickly learned with the right person, you can't actually mess it up. You can only learn, grow, and provide space and acceptance for who you both really are. I can't promise perfection, but I can promise you I will always learn from you, grow from you, and accept you as you are. I also love when we go off the beaten path on our trips we take together and discover something completely new. Like our first van trip around the Four Corners, when we would jump out of the van with Red and do a trail run in a national park. Or when we went on an ocean swim with your sister Katie and were all of a sudden surrounded by 40 dolphins in Hawaii. Or when we stumbled into 3 photographers in the desert and
Nice grab.
where did my veil come from?
Anybody? There you go. Nice grab, Mary. On our second date, we did a sunrise hike outside of Boulder, and Mary and Red crushed me the whole way up. And all I could do was spend an hour pretending not to breathe hard while I was trying to keep up. The most important part of that day is that was the day I realized I wanted to be chasing your ponytail forever. So as many of you guys know, sometimes I have trouble making big decisions. That's never been the case with Mary. I always knew from the beginning. When it's come to our relationship and our life together, I have to say that nothing about that decision has ever been difficult for me. All I've known since day one is that I wanted to be with you. Since the first day we met, I've always wanted to be around you as much as possible. During our first week dating, I would make up excuses to come visit you and tell you I was in the neighborhood when I was actually sitting on my couch, just to come by. To this day, I continue to make up those excuses just to come in your office and bug you in the middle of the day and spend time with you. These little excuses to grab more time with you broadened as we started to take trips together, meet each other's families, and build our life together. Somehow, only a few short months later, I convinced you to rent your house and move in with me. The sneaky move in. Soon to follow were discussions of getting engaged in our perfect trail run engagement. Then I finally landed on the best possible way to trap you. That little guy. And we started our own little perfect family. I don't think I've ever cried as much as the day Tristan was born. I was completely consumed with emotions, love, fear, pride, and fierce commitment to you and our little family. I'm so excited to enter our next chapter as a married couple and finally get to call you my wife.
I remember one of the hardest days I ever had was the day I was being discharged by the hospital after Tristan was born. They had been told by the staff that Tristan had only a few days in the NICU, or a few more days in the NICU, and we had to go home. And I didn't want to leave, and I wasn't ready to go because it wasn't the way I pictured leaving the hospital without our baby. And I remember you held me and let me cry as long as I needed to. And then the next morning we woke up from our house and drove straight back to the hospital to be with Tristan. And in our little NICU room, the three of us played classical music on your phone. And I watched the rhythms of the dance music along to the EKG machine as it monitored a little boy's heart. I watched you hold him. He was just bigger than the size of your hands. And in that moment, I knew everything was going to be okay. And now our little smiley, happy, slightly chubby baby is thriving. But most importantly, in that moment, you made us feel safe by your love and support. You were and are our rock. We just don't recognize the most significant moments in our lives when they're happening. Back then you think, well, there'll be other days. But you don't realize that that was the only day. I love you, Michael, and I'm so grateful to marry you today. I can't wait for the planned, unexpected, and significant moments in our life to unfold.
It gives me great pleasure and is my incredible privilege to now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.